Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a new series on the channel called Up the Chels. Obviously a bit of a bog standard name, but it's a solid one nonetheless. So basically what's going to be going down here is I'll be talking all things Chelsea, different types of videos. Today it's going to be a pre-match video, a pre-match analysis with the predicted lineup, and what the result means for us if we do get one, what a result would mean if we didn't get one, and how it relates to our recent form and stuff. Then also I'll be doing some match vlogs. Obviously I go to a lot of the home games, and I'm going to start going to some away games as well. So I'll start, recording bits and pieces from them, showing you guys my experience watching Chelsea, and then also my post-match reaction or analysis of the game, whatever it may be. Sometimes that may be very raw, as I'll be excited or angry about the result. Sometimes it might be a bit more chilled depending on when I record that pre-match reaction. But yeah, today is a post-match analysis for the game against Watford. It's currently 1 AM on Saturday morning, so the game is today, and it is an important one for Chelsea now. As we know, we're struggling to get wins against big teams. We lost to United, we lost to Liverpool twice, we lost to Valencia, and then we lost to Man United the other day. So, I mean, bar Ajax, arguably the 5 biggest sides that we've come up against this season, including playing Liverpool and Man United twice, we've lost all 5 of them games. I mean, we did beat Lille as well, but you could argue that Valencia are a better side than Lille. So it is proving to be a challenge for us. However, when we play the lower league sides, we're absolutely battering them, wiping the floor with them, while some other bigger sides, such as Manchester United, if you can call them a big side anymore, and Man City as well, who lost to Wolves and to Norwich, sides that we both won against quite comfortably. But yeah, we are proving to be one of the most dominant forces in the league, and especially against the non-top 6 sides. So, as we know, Watford are bottom of the table. They still haven't got a win. They've got 5 draws and 5 losses out of their first 10 games this season. They've been very poor and very lacklustre in front of goal. Just can't seem to score any goals, and of course are conceding a lot, as we saw from the game against Manchester City, where they conceded 8. And Watford, not in good form, still looking for their first win. We need to make sure that we don't underestimate them, because they're still in the Premier League. They were a good side last season, and they have the quality to beat sides. They're just not producing the football to do so at the minute. They've got a new manager, so you never know what can happen. We need to make sure that we go in with the same mentality and mindset as we have in the previous away games, such as Burnley, Norwich, Wolves and Southampton. So as we know, the first time in history Chelsea have scored 3 or more goals in 4 consecutive away games, obviously scoring 3 against Norwich, 5 against Wolves, 4 against Southampton and 4 against Burnley, all away from home, which is excellent to get them kind of results, and it's brilliant to get 16 goals in 4 away games. I mean, it's just like, you can't get much better. We have to focus on our defence, not conceding goals, because that is a flaw in our game at the minute. Despite us having good, capable defensive players, we just always seem to concede goals. So moving on to my predicted lineup for today's video, as you can see, we've got Kepa between the sticks, that's a given. At left back, I am being hopeful here. It is Emerson. Lampard has, I don't think he's actually given an injury update on Emerson, but I do think he has returned to full fitness. And Alonso had a stinker against Man United, and Alonso's obviously going to be very tired. He seemed like he had a tired performance against Man United, and so I do think Alonso needs a rest. At centre-back, we've heard that Rudiger has to see a consultant on Monday, as he has a really bad ongoing injury, and Andreas Christensen is fit but not match fit according to Lampard. So it will be Tomori and Zuma almost 100% for the game against Watford today. At right back, I'm going to stick with Azpilicueta. Despite Reece James having a very good performance against Man United midweek, I do think Azpilicueta will be restored to the first team for this game against Watford, as he's been solid for the past few games, especially since the Ajax game where he had an unbelievable performance on his 350th appearance. So yeah, the back line is pretty much likely to be that. The only question is, will it be Emerson or Alonso? In midfield, you could say it's a 4-3-3, you could say it's a 4-2-3-1, I know. So I think it will sort of be a 4-2-3-1, but also sort of a 4-3-3, as Jorginho sits the deepest, Kovacic playing as not so much a number 8, but just a more box-to-box midfielder, you could say. And then of course, Mason Mount will be in his usual number 10 position, pressing high and creating chances. For Tammy Abraham, who's of course going to be the number 9, them two are so important to our goal scoring this season, not even if they're not directly involved with a goal or assist, but they're always there in a presence in the build-up to any goal that we score. For the wingers, it's obviously the most challenging position for Lampard to pick, as there's only 2 positions and there's 4 players challenging for them positions, of course being Pedro, Willian, Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic. However, I think Lampard, when you're in that situation, just has to pick based on who's been performing the best, who's been scoring the goals, and who really deserves to be in those 2 positions. So I've gone for Pulisic and Willian. I think Willian is probably more of a given. He's just got that quality. People say that he's always full of energy, always looking to work hard. I don't see that so much in Willian's game sometimes. I think he can be a bit, he loses the ball and he kind of sulks a bit, gets a bit frustrated. But of course, Willian is a world-class player, so he always produces a bit of quality when we need him to, like against Lille, and that goal against Burnley was also world-class. On the other side, we've got Christian Pulisic. Although he didn't have the best game against Man United midweek, neither did Hudson-Odoi. And after his hat-trick against Burnley last week, I think it would be stupid not to play him in another Premier League away game against a lower league side after an outstanding performance against Burnley last week. So, although I said Willian's more of a given, I think if Lampard doesn't pick Pulisic for this game, it's going to shock people the most out of all the choices he had to make. So finally, getting into my prediction for the game, I think Watford are so lacklustre going forwards, and we managed to keep a clean sheet against Ajax and almost against Burnley until the last 5 minutes after a wonder strike from Rodriguez and a lucky deflection off Tomori. We actually defended pretty well in that game, and so I don't think Watford are going to score. And with Tammy Abraham, Pulisic, Mount and Willian all in that attacking 4 against such a weak Watford backline, I think we're absolutely going to thump them here and get our biggest win of the season. I think we're going to beat Watford 6-0. You might think that's slightly ambitious. I don't. I genuinely think it's just common sense. We've won the past 4 consecutive away games. We've scored 16 goals in our past 4 away games. We're definitely going to add to that tomorrow. We've looked good in front of goal going forwards like the whole season. Against Ajax, we were slightly lacking in the final third in terms of that final pass. But I honestly don't see any way for Watford to score against us, and I don't see any way of Watford being able to keep us from scoring a handful of goals. So I think Christian Pulisic is going to get 2 tomorrow. I think Tammy Abraham's going to get 2 tomorrow, and I think Mason Mount and Willian will get 1 apiece. So that is my prediction for the game. That's my predicted lineup for the game, and that's how I think the game is going to pan out. Of course, it's an important game for us to win. If we do win it, we will be pushing on into that. We're in the top 4, but we want to be pushing higher than that. We don't want to finish 4th. We want to aim for I don't want to say first because Liverpool are doing incredibly, but you want to be aiming for 2nd, and the top place is getting as many points as you can. So if we end up slipping up, it won't cost us as much as if we don't pick up the results here. And obviously it'll be brilliant for the confidence to get as many goals. I don't want to see us go 2-3-0 up and sit back. I want to see us pounding and pounding and pounding, knocking at the door, asking questions, and showing to everyone why Chelsea are not a side to be messed with this season. So that is the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I will be posting another video after the Chelsea versus Watford game. It will be a bit more raw. Hopefully I'll be coming to you guys with an exciting video after we win 6-0. Pulisic and Tammy Abraham grabbing a brace. But yeah, it's been Jack MF. It's been episode 1 of Up the Chels. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.